Alrighty, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Hope you're all doing well on this fine day. Guys, without further ado, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to, once again, another edition of the London session. Looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today. What has been a challenging week yet again. Gold has just been, well, I've been on the charts anyway, just has not moved. Most of the moves seem to come during the Asian session or into MI session. But anyway, we are here, see what we can come up with moving forward. Just quickly look at that, guys. Yet again, it's tapped in so far, respecting that previous daily candles high. It's the interruption candle working absolute wonders at the minute. Guys, before we get on the way though, if you could, please don't forget YouTube. Make sure to smash that like button. TikTok, hit that screen for me. And any charts or any questions, anything you'd like me to have a look at, I will answer those shortly once I've done the analysis. But in the meantime, guys, let's have a good one and let's take a look at the news to begin. Had today some high impact Australian dollar news. So CPI, wow, well on the increase, which is not, nothing, no shock really. It's probably it's a lot higher than 2.8, I can tell you that much. But anyway, the made up figures suggest it's well over the forecast, so probably strengthening Aussie dollar. However, moving forward into our session, nothing scheduled and nothing really at all for today. So a pretty clean slate in regards to news. But we will, however, need to keep a track of it just in case something does break. But anyway, pretty smooth sailing. So let's have a look at the news and let's start with, to begin, the gold. And let's start in the weekly time frame. And what we can see is, once again, the previous weekly candle was a very strong bullish candle. High, low, high, high. The current candle has to that previous candle, so we'll flip back bullish here. So off the back of that, we are bullish on the weekly time frame. Still in a heavy area of consolidation. Daily, we can see is tapped into that interruption candle, is bouncing off it. About 28 or so pips above that level at the minute. Structurally, I mean, we're not worried too much about that. We're more focused on the candles themselves when it comes to the daily time frame. What we can see is the previous daily, yet another liquidity candle. So broke below, went up to break the high. The back of that, what you're likely going to see, same thing happen here, same thing happen here. When that happens, you're more likely going to see that candle end up closing a very strong bullish candle, which it did do so. Current candle, high, low, higher, high, is, however, forming quite bearish at the minute. It's tapped into the high of that previous daily candle as well. Onto the 4 hour, this is where we begin to look at the structure itself, and I can tell you that it is definitely bullish in structure here in the 4 hour as well. So it doesn't look like much has changed in regards to the bias here. Bias is still going to be to the upside, but we may have something in 15 to suggest that we could perhaps look for some potential sell options as well. We'll just wait and see shortly. We know we're bullish, that's the current range we are trading within on the 4 hour time frame. Onto the M15 here. And that, in fact, is technically bearish, guys. However, the bias is bullish. What I'd be preferencing here on gold today, what I would prefer to see is price tap back into this support, sweep below the Asian session, form support back above it, end up popping back into the Asian session range, and look for some potential buy options. Otherwise, what we have just done is formed resistance here. Now, if price was to close above that resistance, I do believe there could be an opportunity to take it back up, where we could potentially look for some sell options further up. Seeing the bias on the M15 is technically bearish, I'll be marking that level in just there. If price was to reject, it lines up with this IC candle, interruption candle. If price was to reject that point, I could in fact look for some potential sells from a little bit higher up. So we've got some options here today, guys, in either direction, in my opinion. Off the back of the way the current daily candle is forming. Just one sec, guys. The way the current daily candle is forming, which is a very strong bearish candle, if we were to pull back within that candle to previous levels of resistance and resistance was respected, then off the back of that, I would entertain options to take a sell as opposed to yesterday. However, if we did begin to pop above, close above this resistance, could we potentially get some options to take a buy? I would really love for it to pop down further, in all honesty. Once again, sweep the Asian session lows, begin to pop back into the Asian session range. At that point, look for a more probable buy. However, I will consider it if we do get that strong catalyst in the next just under 5 minutes, in anticipation that we could make a bit of a deeper pullback where we could perhaps later on look for some potential sell options here on the gold. So let's keep a bit of an eye on it, guys. Once again, more to the upside, my bias, but I don't mind also the option to take a sell on the pullback. But we could have an option in about 4 minutes. We got this. We've got multiple IC counts here to worry about. One's already been tapped into by the looks of things. Look at that. If you would venture in, would have been 0 drawdown on that one as well. The one on the daily, working wonders at the moment. A little bit concerned by that candle. Just a little bit concerned by a lot of that bullish candle. It's a potential rejection point. So we want to make sure we do have the margin to that level in order to take some buys. But we will consider it. And if it takes off just now, not consider it at all. I'll just wait for my opportunity to take a sell. In fact, I might even line up a sell limit, potentially. Anyway, guys, that is how I see things this morning on the gold. Hopefully that makes sense. Welcome to everyone on TikTok, 65 of you. Thank you to one new follower. YouTube to the 28 of you currently on stream. Welcome. Just give me 1 sec, guys. I'll be back really quickly. All right, apologies, guys. Alright, so how are we all today? Ladies and gents, boys and girls. YouTube, Franco, Barman, Lau, Alex, g'day to you guys. TikTok. It is absolutely pissing down rain in a minute, so you might be able to hear it over the top of me, I'm not sure. What's the website I'm checking news on? Trading with Casey Thorne. Well, there's two. Forex Factory is the main one. That's the one that most of the prop firms will use in regards to red folder news. Those who have parameters around red folder news, trading around it, I'll use Forex Factory. I like to use Financial Juice though. I find it's more up to date. It's more on breaking news as far as all this is in regards to what's actually been breaking. So I prefer that, but Forex Factory is the industry standard one, I suppose. Sells Legends will butt or sell. Eventually butt. Hello. Back to Matrix, it's pulled back today. Yeah, perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Something we're testing, team, and very happy person if you're in that trade at the minute. You're currently running also about 28, 30 pips. Alright, 40 seconds, guys. I'll get back to TikTok shortly because what we are likely going to be looking for is some potential options to take a buy, guys. So we've got the bullish engulfing candle. That is in itself a strong catalyst. I am a little bit concerned by this pause candle just here. That would be the likely target. You'd be looking for an entry just a tad above the height of the current candle. Issue is it needs to leave a wick. If it does not leave a wick, no entry. Simple as that. Seven higher. So you're looking around 97, 33.79, 97. Needs a lower wick, guys. Without a lower wick, again, no entry. Stop loss is around 29 pips, 30 pips. I definitely need that low wick prior to considering any entry. Alright, team members, I will send you guys a link. Baby deep? No, I'm not looking for a sell. Okay, I think it's long, right? Why? Because we've bounced. Well, we're bullish in my bias is technically bullish. Structure is my well, not a 15. 15 is bearish, but also the way the daily candle's been forming, and we tend to tap into the highs of the pause candles and bounce off it. So it's a good level where we have had some early orders set on a potential buy limit. And however, I've got the other 4 timeframes being to the upside. The other timeframes I analysed that being, it's got no wick, so it's just going to make the move, isn't it? That being the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour timeframes. So alright, links sent, guys. No lower wick, no entry. What is the low of that bullish candle? 33.81, 32. Got an I.C.T candle just here too, guys. It's not yet been, has it? Oh, actually, I think it has. Both of them have been tapped into. Now I'll look at it. If it has, to me, it's no longer valid. No, it has. Wow, look at that. It's the entry you learnt here first on this stream, guys, and I'll tell you what, it is a cracking entry. It's a very simple entry. It relates to all different time frames as well. I mean, it's happened on the daily twice already this week. It happened yesterday, tapping into this pause candle. It's already happened today. And if you took the one today, you're currently running 40 odd pips with little drawdown. The one from yesterday, 0.7 of a pip drawdown. So, absolute shit hot entry. That's what it is, guys. It's a really good entry. And you know, the guys in my team make use of it. Dream builder, price making way up to 33.94, mark my words. Alright. The man's got a crystal ball. I mean, anyone could say that. And it could happen. But doesn't, you know, eat your words too. DJGs and Forex commodities. I look at Forex pairs too, mate. I just choose not to trade them at the minute. I rather trade gold. I think it's bullish, bro. Hold on, the chat's moving. Unreleased. Yeah, I do believe bias is still bullish, but that's the move. It's got no lower wick too, so I wonder if anyone's in from the daily limit order play. I did have a small entry, to be honest. I saw it this morning. Decent back afternoon, or good this side, hopefully mutually. Back is moving. Left side, hope your sun gets well soon. Yeah, he's getting better, mate. He's slowly but surely getting better. Another restless night though. Didn't sleep, so hardly anyone in the house slept. But he's definitely in better spirits at the moment, so baby deep sell. Dylan, D's are bad, there's no bottom wick on the new rear. I don't trade the 3 hour. There's no bottom wick on. This is the new 3 hour this candle. That's why I didn't take a buy entry. So my focus is now sells. Or buy limit this interruption candle. The rook, what is the KUs? It's nothing special, mate. It's just the Asian session range, and again, you adjust the parameters accordingly. I've got it for the actual Tokyo Open until EU Open, so I know Asian session's technically still open. That's the time I'm more concerned about, and what I often see happen is price will break either below it or above it, then pull back to retest it, and either continue away from it or back into it. That provides me some potential entry options, but otherwise it's nothing special. Doesn't scream out buy or sell to me. This one just shows the current daily candle printing beside whatever time frame. That's what this one does. Just so I know if I, instead of having to always flick back to the daily, because I like to know where we're at in the daily candle. So I can see here we're forming strong bearish. So maybe we're just pulling back within this candle to previous level of resistance, which is what we're currently at on the minor time frame here, in order to grab some more orders that were left over and potentially head back down towards the Asian and daily low off the back of that. On Sol's time frame is predominantly the M15. Loud, not sure. No, I did say good day to you. Sebastian, I hope you're well, brother. Good morning. Oliver Grayson, I'm doing YouTube, TikTok. Let's go, nice one. Yeah, it's better, much better screen. It's reacting to that interruption, but we've tapped into it once. I don't consider it valid if it's already tapped into it. All right, so we're looking for potential rejection here, or some opportunities to perhaps take a sell moving forward, guys. Still very early. Just wait and see.
Justin, good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, everyone's exhausted. I wish you guys could see the dog in the minute. Hilarious the way he's sleeping. Little man, both little men had restless nights. They both catching up on some sleep. Meantime, I've already been at gym. I'm on stream, so it's commitment. But Faisal, thank you for sharing a live, by the way. Cheers to new followers.
Good morning, Justin.
Fib. Tristan, Fib. Pre-system for our thoughts. Don't trade Fib. Actually, I lied. I trade it, but I trade it differently. I trade Fib, use the Fib. Actually, not to trade. I use it to gauge strength, to give me to validate whether I've got an entry upon an impulse or if I have to wait for a candle closure. So I use it differently. In regards to 4 hour. What are you retesting? 0.382? I'm not too sure what you mean, mate. But yeah, not how I do it, to be honest.
Hey, mate.
Tristan? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I just use it a bit differently, especially as a scalper. There's nothing wrong with it, though. Nothing wrong with looking for an entry point based off a pullback to a certain level on the Fib. A lot of the time it's going to correlate with some liquidity, a zone of liquidity. Let's see if we get some rejection and some sort of confirmation here. Once again, TikTok guys, might be in your best interest to jump across to YouTube at some point. It's the same profile name, you get the full screen, you get the full overlay as well, it looks a lot more professional. And just in case I go missing on TikTok, the regulations are a lot more strict when it comes to this sort of thing. So we're more focused on selves now, guys. Fortunately, no lower wick, otherwise would have been in that. And 14 we saw now, not for me. Just an I trade, can't swing trade with gold because yeah, it can be a killer. Yeah, I just day trade, man. I never hold into trades overnight myself. I mean, the only time, if I have a valid, what we call the IC entry, the team on high time frame, and I might set it and just leave it knowing that there's a high probability it's going to do its thing. Yes, it'll go into a bit of drawdown, but it's going to have a wider stop loss, a wider target, smaller lot size, and that sometimes turns into like a longer term position, but not, generally speaking, not more than a day either way. Big day. Spot gold, XAUUSD. I've not looked at GJ yet. It used to be my favorite, but I've not traded it for quite some time. Jordis, I think ISL. I'm preferring the sell, seeing where I'm closing in on resistance, and the structure within the current daily count is bearish. 15-minute structure is technically bearish in itself as well. So we're now pulling back to a level of liquidity at previous zone. We did reject that point here, and we did have the right sort of counter price action. I would contemplate my options to take a sell. OMG, this is crazy. Yeah, that's so. Just mention it. At the current rate, I'm probably more inclined to look for a sell. There's the back. No, I don't think so, because I'm not on the paid version. Maybe just more indicators that were removed. Along the name group, so I'm looking for, at this rate, potential sells. I was looking for a buy just here, but we had no lower wick on the current candle. Tristan, I am, but I'm not in Oz. Currently in a very wet, humid, tropical, northeastern Thailand, Udon of all places. Beautiful place. Very, very nice city, to be honest. The people are really nice. I know, yeah, it's much rougher here, to be honest, than Oz. Dog is dead, so what is not very. Only at my feet, all extreme. Tristan, yes, I'm still an Oz resident. Yes, but I do have a RG at LLC, so you do it a little bit differently, but you're still paying stupid tax. Trading with KC Thorn, actually good. November's, the weather's generally really nice. This does rain a little bit, but not all that much. It's not crazy hot, but it's still warm, obviously. It's December, January, and February generally the best months weather-wise. Then it gets way, way too hot for a few months in a just rain season where pretty much every day, not all day, sometimes all day. Last few days it's barely stopped. Do YP? Ricky? No idea what YP is. Do you think wise for me to do that robot thing? What robot? There is heaps of robots out there. Erican, good day to you, mate. How's it going? Tristan, LSD is about 30%. Yeah. Either way, the government's going to screw you in Oz. It's just how it is. All these bullshit taxes. There's a new tax for spare bedroom tax, apparently. I heard of. That's what I read. That they're proposing a spare bedroom tax. Tax people who have dwellings with a spare bedroom. No one's in there. Because it's a waste of space. That's just my stupid government. That's some stupid tax they come up with just to, you know, screw the people. But of course, all politicians always seem to be exempt from any new tax. Marathon? I on to a short position last night. Fair enough, mate. Tristan, new work from home tax is the talk. Actually, a joke. Yeah, they don't encourage people to do much to get ahead these days. Well, that's it. If you're not asking for anything from them, which I don't, and you're working your guts out to make income, okay, you pay a bit of tax, but extra income I don't think you should pay tax on it. They get their grotty hands on enough to begin with. Oh, I really love to see Albo out in public. Not going to see him here in time, but when I'm at home. Be very, very, very angry man if I saw that guy on the street. What a prick he is. Frankly, I've got issues with Zoom call. I can't hear. But you. No, I can't hear you, mate. Normally it will light up green. It's not lighting up, so maybe you have issues with your mic or something. Oh, let's speak now.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I can hear. It's just the rain, man. That's why I can't hear properly. Hold on. Let me do something.
Okay.
Right now?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
How's it going?
Better? Yeah, I'm okay.
Yep.
I thought maybe because I set up a microphone with a microphone, but same still issue. But okay, you can hear me better, or it seems
I can
that,
hear you, but it's not. It's really not easy because the rain is just coming down.
on your side.
Yeah, on my side.
Okay. Okay. So maybe. I don't
So
know,
if you speak up, I can hear you for sure.
Okay. Maybe I need to speak a little bit louder then.
What are you looking at, GU or
Yeah, I've sent analysis to
in the group?
Yeah, in the group. So maybe if you want
Yep.
to look on it. So I'm absolutely bearish on.
Yep.
GU.
Looking for pullback sells or below to low?
Yeah, correct.
Similar to yesterday, isn't it? By the looks of it.
More or less, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, low.
I'm looking also for some interruption candle there on GU. If you go again to my chart, maybe.
Yep. Hold on.
So it's the third red arrow from the downside. So
Yep.
Up, the others up. Yeah. So if you see there is on the left side. So when the market is pushing down, No. Look
So,
at the red arrows. So, and
yep,
the third one, yeah, a little bit the one higher.
that one,
No, the one higher.
that one.
Correct, this one. And if
Yep.
you look on the left side, then so
Okay,
this is
previous
the
support.
formation interruption play.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm
The 15 or
no the M30.
okay, it could be there. It could, by the looks of it,
Oh, yeah.
because that's maybe a market gap. So I'm not sure what that is. That's
That's a little bit strange. That's
yeah. Let me look at my chart again.
yeah.
You definitely got him here, right there. That would be a nice one. The low of that bullish candle.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I would consider that.
Let's see.
Yep. Yeah, just wait and see. Now, gold, we've got an interruption here. I've not yet retested. What would be the margin though? 30 odd pips. Alright. The issue with this one is though, is the way the daily candle is printing. Are we just rejecting to continue bearish within the current daily candle? However, there is an interruption play there, so maybe a small entry, guys. But just be quick to manage it. I'm not going to hold for, a massive return, more likely not. High is 33.7899. Stop loss would have to be, technically speaking, should be below the interruption. It's about 20, that's around a 31 pip stop. But it's counter daily trend, not the daily time frame, but the trend within the daily candle. So what I would like to do is get to break even pretty quickly on this one. But I actually do have a valid entry. So you've got the impulse, you've got the pause, you've got the impulse. We've not yet retested that level. So be in anticipation if price does pull back to tap into it, there's a good chance it's going to react to that point, and we may actually end up heading up to the resistance, which we've not quite yet retested and tapped into. So potential entry, guys, but not yet in. But I'll probably, once it gets to about 10 pips, I'll probably just get to break even on it, in all honesty. Because it is counter the trend within the current daily candle. You think it's bullish, bearish to a heart emoji. Looking for a potential buy at the minute. I'm fluid within the markets today. I believe there's potential with either side. I realized from earlier of the daily time frame actually, but I'm looking at a buy just now too. Arafin, really and truly rich don't pay tax. They avoid. Yeah, I know. Alright. Ooh, alright, we're in. Well, I'm in anyway. Anyone is also in this trade. It would have been just triggered in. Can you track Ray, Peter? Unfortunately, no. Don't know what it is. Abdi Fita, welcome to you. Unknown unknown ASC 3385 first too. See, currently in a position and pretty much at entry. Tony, I'm in a buy. So let's see. extremely difficult to manage these trades in regards to drawdown. Very difficult. The only thing I could do is just close if it breaks the low of that bullish candle as opposed to the interruption candle itself. It's the only way I could really go about it. Sebastian also in now. Nice one. Machiavelli, my buy order never tapped yesterday. 33.64.60 still looks valid. It could come back down to that point. Click, click, bum, bum. Buy now. If it's your plan, if you have a catalyst to do so, then you do so. Kerim. Target would be this resistance. Just a small scalp. Again, it is counter the current trend within a daily candle, so not mucking around with it. If it gives me the opportunity to get to break even, I will get to break even and maybe just let it do its thing. What time frame are you using? 15, gentle boy. Aaron, day to you, brother. Hope you're well. Yeah, all is well here, my friend. Not even bothered with GJ analysis yet. I will get to it. Currently in a gold position. Next, London session opens in about 18 minutes from now, roughly. A release gold goes up, JPY goes down. Alright, currently stuck in some drawdown on gold. Let's see. Monomer Mason, trade open, trade is open. In 3 and a bit drawdown a minute. Lucky B, market swing like a win. Does. Gold is very predictable. I mean, especially lately during the London session. And another one is just mark my words. So one saying, what was it, 33.84? Now it's saying 33.50. Someone's likely going to be right. Michael Lavelle, think which sweep yesterday's buy zone. Buy orders tucked just under 33.64.60. See, I would prefer it go up first and then perhaps do that. Time will tell. I play out now. Wait, buy. Got an interruption played. That's why, just following my plan. Following a valid entry. Lining up with the daily one as well. A bit higher up. That's my reason to buy it. It's an entry type which those who followed me quite regularly would have heard of it and learned it first on this stream. We're currently in about 6.5 pip profit. So let's see if it pushes up to around that 8 and 10. Alright, so we've got 8.5. M15 has just closed, so I want to get to break even. Now I'm going to get to break even because it is counting the current daily candles trend. So I'm going to be safely at break even. And we'll see. Now there's a little risk. Or no risk. And it could take me out first of all, but that's all good if not. It's all good if it does, I mean. It's the way I've gone about managing the trade. Released. W. Well, the current candle flips before perhaps taking me out at break even. Should be alright. Current candle is not a wick. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm about to get stopped out break even. By the looks of it. DG, W in the chat, smart call. Yeah, if anyone actually took any profit, I personally haven't. But I have secured some profit from earlier. Just an L. Shouldn't be a L. And probably shouldn't be a win in a minute. I sent the L back and about to get stopped out at break even. Once you come down, no bottom weekend 3 hour, feeling decent bad. Got so close to yesterday actually, guys. First trade of the week. So I've now 2 trades. I'm now well and truly back in profit. Yesterday's trade was after the stream, and I got a little bit cocky because it came within I was managing my stop loss to about 14 pips. It came within, I swear to God, maybe a point of taking me up, then popped back up into profit. And a minute later, after I sent the message into the chat, yeah, again, I spoke to this soon, but it was well managed because I had a 35 plus pip stop to begin. So since earlier today, I've secured some partials on a buy limit based on the daily time frame. At this point here, went off to the gym after setting the order, and now I'm currently running 8 and a bit pips on this other trade. So let's see. All right, looking all right, guys, to begin to secure shortly if you wish. Flipping back bullish. So could begin to secure some partials. You got more than 10 pips on the table. That's it. Dropped up. Nice one. So you got more than 12 pips on the table, guys. So definitely consider securing some profit and to break even. TP1, I generally start to around that 12 pip mark. Generally. But again, this is counter the current daily, the formation of the daily candle. So I did mention it's probably best to secure a little bit early on this one. So I've secured a little bit of profit on it, and I'll just go a small runner in play. Alex, with a nice round of gold yesterday, nice one. That was Legends, what's your TP again? So it's this resistance. I've secured some partials. Played in DG. Well, to be honest, there is many ways to go about it. I'm predominantly a scalper, based on more on a bias, and the way I determine my bias is based on the weekly, starting the weekly candle itself, seeing how it's forming and how the previous candle closed, and the daily candle, same thing, seeing how the current daily is forming, how the previous daily closed. Look to the structure on the 4-hour and the M15, and off the back of that gives me a preferred bias, but it will also depend on where we are within the chart. So I'm not necessarily fixed to that bias, unless it's really a Monday or a Friday. I will consider if we're at resistance, but we're in a big strong uptrend, I would consider sells, but I need some sort of price action catalyst to give me the confirmation to counter trend trade. For instance, today my bias is technically bullish, but what I can see is we've got the daily candle forming strong bearish. Within it, we've got the 15-minute structure to the downside. So off the back of that, that could provide me some options to maybe take a potential sell as well. But for me to sell it, I would preference it tapping into this resistance to a previous level of liquidity, or it rejects to look for some potential sell options. There are many different ways I can go about it. I've got limit order entry, which we call the IC entry, not to be mistaken with A.C.T, so nothing to do with A.C.T. It's the interruption candle entry. So that's relevant across the board on all timeframes, even the weekly. I've used it. Actually, not used it, but seen it play out. I used it today in the daily timeframe. Essentially, what that is just impulse, pause, impulse, buy limit. Another pause, impulse, buy limit, and it tends to work really well. So long as we haven't tapped into that target, which we have not done so just yet. So there's many different ways I go about it, guys. It's all pretty much documented in my course, which I put together, which is available for all my team members. Looks like the runner will be taken out shortly. Yeah, I'm about to be taken out on the runner. Yeah, runner's out. So just a small win on that one, but unless W, well done. If anyone did, in fact, take the trade with us. But all in all, it's been a solid day for me. Alright, so that will go into the journal after for my team members. Alright, now what we look for, what can we look for now? Again, for me to sell it, I'd rather tap into a previous zone of liquidity. The issue is, if it was to close back bearish just here at session open, I don't have a catalyst in price action within current 30-minute candle. So the 15 is, for me, the main time frame that I trade based on. That's my main confirmation time frame, but I will also, you'll often find me switching over to the 30, the hourly, just to see what's going on. The 30 overrides the 15, obviously, being a high time frame. Hourly overrides the 30, but within those time frames, I want to see some sort of price action catalyst. Those price action catalysts could be something such as a bearish engulfing M15 to close the candle. We're not going to have that. This candle didn't do it here. This candle's still open. Another sort of catalyst would be if we close below level of support on the minor time frame. Still may have that, but the issue with that is you're going to have a wide stop loss. You don't really have that much margin and take it back down to this support. So there's some sort of the catalyst I look for in order to take a potential sell in this sort of situation. I give away, I drop too much knowledge for free, to be honest. That's the type of thing I look for. A lot of people ask me, what's your confirmation? What are you looking for just now? Why do you want to sell it? Why do you want to buy it? Someone asking why I went to break in. I'm just trying to work my way back through the chat a bit. Yeah, if someone's asking why I went to break in, because the fact that the current daily is forming very strong bearish. So I was a little bit concerned that we could reject in light of the strength of the current daily candle. So had a valid entry to the upside. Went to break even, secured a bit of profit around that 11.5, 12 pip mark, and went to break even. And it's since taken me out. So it was a good decision, a quick little scalp. I did have a valid entry based off what we call the interruption play. So it's Legends, what will I do now? I need to wait. The next potential entry point, don't really like it though below support, to be honest, because you're selling at the bottom portion of the actual range itself, which isn't fantastic, but it still may make sense. Otherwise, buys from lower down again. Just need to close below 33.77 and it's spot line on the fib. Okay. So this is a chart from yesterday, guys, and that resistance is still valid here on GJ. Let's just quickly analyze it before session open. YouTube, guys, if you could hit that like button, and we don't get enough love on YouTube. TikTok, thank you to the 160 odd of you on stream at the moment. Thank you to 60 new followers. Thank you, NonP12, for the sticker as well. Guys, once again, TikTok, would be in your best interest to jump across to the YouTube stream at some point, just in case I go missing on TikTok, in case I get the ban yet again. So, exact same profile name, you get the full screen, you get the layout, it's a lot more professional. But anyway, GJ, looking at the weekly, strong bearish in the previous weekly candle. Current candle, inside bar candle, not a great deal of volume just yet. Hard to know what to make of that, but we are in fact still hovering above some resistance here to the left. So if we continue to remain above that point, I do believe that we could continue to the upside eventually. Daily, absolute nasty. If this weren't me, personally, and I was not on stream, I'd take one look at this and I'd forget about next. I would literally do that. I would not bother looking at 4 hour, 30, 15, whatever. Structurally, it's bullish. We're not too concerned by the structure itself. Candle probabilities, we have none whatsoever. It's an inside bar candle, previous candle closed bearish, lower high, lower low. 4 hour, absolute mess. Just choppy mess. The structure itself though, this is where I start to be more concerned by actual structure. I think from memory yesterday, I could have sworn there were 2 consecutive candles in the opposite direction to the trend here yesterday. It doesn't appear to be here today. Therefore, it's bearish. I would consider it bearish until we close back above this swing point here to the left. So bearish on the 4 hour. Just marking that's the most recent level. Now it's going down to 30. So it's the exact same level as yesterday still. And I'm not going to bother adjusting it because there's no clean areas above it, irrespective of structure on the 9 time frame, which I do believe is. So that flipped bullish yesterday, sorry. That's also bearish. So my advice on GJ would be technically bearish. We do have that weekly. The weekly was bearish as well. No, my bias is definitely bearish on GJ. But it's a shithole mess. It's terrible. I'd rather it pop back up to the resistance, reject, and make a clean move up. First of all, prior to rejecting and then look for a sell. And that's simply what I do. When charts are a mess like this, what I always say to my team is, let it create some clean moves within it. So just trade the range, trade the 4 hour range, either let it create a clean move down, form a bit of support, form some structure to look for a buy, or make a clean move up, form a bit of support, form a bit of structure to look for a potential sell. That is the best way to go about it, because I could not tell you how many times we'll see when price is in an absolute shit fight, just consolidation, that once it actually decides and makes a clean move, cuts through all the mess, the move in the opposite direction is generally pretty much the same. It's usually a clean one as well. So off the back of that, that is exactly what I'd be doing if I was trading GJ today. Right now, I would just not even bother. I would literally, if it was my only pair or I really wanted to continue watching it today, I'd set alerts for this resistance and this support. That's it, nothing in between. It's my opinion of GJ, if anyone is actually interested. First key. Amen, sorry about that. Well, yeah, my run has been taken out. So small win on gold. Second win for today for me. Just next key, do you take part? Yes, I did. Sorry, apologies. You mentioned a few times that probably a good time to take partials, seeing we are trading against the strength of the current daily. Gold Sniper, I was hoping to wake up to fly a pullback and gold going to the sky. We hope you get disappointed. Have a chat in Discord. Alright, strong reverse hammer on hourly, amen. So we've got London open, guys. Yeah, it's not a bad indication that we could continue bearish if we drop and break below it. It's a bit of a mess at the minute. There's no upper wick too, so it's not for me. Baran, morning to you. I hope you're well. Putting on GU. So we had a look at GU with Franco before. And what Franco is potentially looking at is the interruption play just here. So price is bearish. We've had impulse, pause, impulse. Price is not yet retested the low of that pause candle. So that could be a potential limit order sell. Otherwise, just looking for a price action catalyst upon the pullback to sell it. Further sells below the support here. So whether you want to trust it based off the 30 and you can use this as your zone, or you're going to focus on the 15 and then you've got to really incorporate a lot of that bearish candle. But this is a good chart to follow. Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely more bearish. Tales of Legends, we buy and win on gold. If it drops back down to support, gives me a price action catalyst. Ready taking one small or two small wins per day. World class, jumping over, bro, loving the stream from the UK. I lived in Chiang Mai. Nice one, man. I lived in Chiang Mai for 15 months. That's another beautiful part of the world. The only issue with that part of the world is the air quality is terrible around January and February. It is really bad. I think it rates as the worst in the world for those months. It's the burning off of the bush and farmlands. Busy, can I look at XU? That Forex, can to you too, mate. XU. Excuse my ignorance, what is XU? Is it crypto? If it's crypto, I'm not going to bother. Offline, been in shorts on GJ since yesterday. Nice one. Right, FTML again? When's that? Am I missing something? Unemployment claims tomorrow. No, we don't have FTMO. FTMO, FMC. FTMO. Oh man, you're confusing the shit out of me at the moment. I don't know what I'm thinking. FTMO, you're thinking of the prop version. FOMC, I'm thinking of. FOMC. No, we don't have FOMC. We have FTMO? I don't know. Well, it didn't pay for it. I signed up, but I didn't pay for the account. My bad. Well, past like 30 your eyes bad. Yeah, you just can't help but cough as well. I don't like to think I'm very fit, but even I coughed it when I was there in that time of year. A lot of hospitalizations. Uzi? Gold, you mean? XAU? Yeah, I'm looking now for maybe buy options from this support. So I've already taken a quick scalp. Making profits on 2 positions, so I'm now waiting to see what presents back at this support. So if we do respect it, Now, if I am to consider any sells, the few issues are that we are very low down. So we're approaching the 4-hour support here. Yes, daily is forming strong bearish. Granted, that is a good thing. That's what we want to see. But we come from fair, decent level above. I mean, we've got to travel some 75 plus pips just to get to that point without triggering any buyers, well, real buy pressure in. So what I prefer to see is price trigger in some buyers. But actually what I prefer to see is price break below the Asian session. We'll back up, retest it, trigger in some buyers, prep those buyers, and then maybe begin to pop back down. The only issue with that is we'll likely won't have the margin to take a sell back down. But if it does present, I do have enough margin, I would consider that as a potential option. The other option would be if we do pop back down, sweep the low of the day, the Asian session, only to pop back up within the support. I get a price action catalyst from back above, then I may also off the back of that be able to contemplate some options for a buy. But we shall see. One thing though, I do want to mention to you guys is last week was my worst week of the year. Last week was a negative 2%. It was nothing major. Started this week with a loss after the stream yesterday, 0.6% loss. Didn't panic. Didn't think, oh no, all of a sudden I'm gonna have my first losing month or whatever for the year. Didn't start to change anything. Just understood it's part of trading. It's all part of being a trader. Markets aren't always going to be friendly to you, even if you're following your plan to the T. Come back today. Took an entry on the daily IC play. I've secured profit on that. I've secured profit on the earlier trade. Weeks back, well in profit. And I've wiped out basically all last week as well. So you just got to keep sticking to your plan, knowing that's going to win majority of the time. You're going to have your ups and downs in between. Your downs, sorry, in between. You definitely want to have your ups. But just trade your plan, trade your rules. Don't deviate. Don't panic if you take a few losses. That's where people start to dig a hole. They take a few losses and like, oh shit, I've got to get back, and they jump straight back in. Dig a deeper hole. Alright, same analysis. Nice. Got the second payout and passed my 100k. Nice one. Good work, my friend. That's class. That's all class. Well done. Delete car hire. New source. Yeah, it's at support. It's exact same. This is from yesterday, this markup. All I do is adjust this and change it to grey. It's 4 hour zone for sure now. Yeah, it's 4 hour support now. That's the only thing I would do is just adjust it to grey. Otherwise, it's pretty much the exact same zone. I wouldn't be selling into the lows of it. I'd be, yeah, the downside, I'd rather pullbacks. I don't like G. I think it looks rank. Impact news for the Aussie. Positive for currency strength. Drops. What are you doing to me? Australian dollar. Don't need to mention you won. When you trade gold, I always lose. So maybe it's not your pair, mate. Maybe you need to, you know, maybe work on something else. MS stars. BTC USD T. World class. I'm at your thing, bro. Thing pro. Cold hearted. No idea what that means. No idea at all what that means. What do I trade on? I'm gonna trade at 5. Buka. What app? This is TradingView. This is the free version of it. So I don't believe you need the paid version. I don't use bundle vindicators. These ones have no real I mean, it's not like a moving average or whatever. This is just literally Asian high and an Asian low. I want to see where we're at within it. This is the daily candle printing within. So this, yeah, daily candle. This is obviously a 15-minute time frame live chart. Bigger what I think of S&P. I rarely look at it, to be honest. Wow, is it once again an all-time highs? This thing keeps on keeping on. Yeah, I mean, personally, I think everything's overvalued. Well, not everything. To be honest, it's mainly the top end of the S&P and NASDAQ and that which is overvalued. Everything else, a lot of these equities and that have actually gone down in value or it's just stagnant against the top performers. Very bullish though, otherwise, by the looks of it, but it is that strong resistance. The 4 hour is also, by the looks of it, bullish. But once again, also you have some very strong resistance, currently at some resistance as well, so I wouldn't necessarily be buying it just now. Can't really adjust this zone all that much as well, much as you want to. Yeah, I would. What I would say is, I'd just buy a pullback personally. I've been waiting for it to pull back. I'd focus on this candle. I'd perhaps buy limit the high of that bearish candle. Stop loss back below it, target back at the high. That's my opinion of it. Alright, heading back down here on gold. So let's see how we react to the support. Email through my broker, yes, using PayPal. It's the best way to do it. IC markets, and you get payments so quickly. Withdrawal request. Ikabuka, bro, how do you learn to trade like where you meant to look? Look at this website for free. I'll type in the chat. And it's a good way just to get you started. With terminology and just basic analysis and things like that. Usually how you show daily candle. Thanks. So this is the power 3. Hero 3. 1 day. Just you follow my cursor here. See where I'm at. I'll highlight it for you. Just follow my cursor. That one there. Not sure if you can actually see it. No, you can't see it on TikTok. Just type in under indicators PO3 and look for one that says 1D 20 small 1 price bottom right. Oh no, that's probably a setting. So waiting to see how price reacts to support now, guys. Sorry, bro, I just read that message just now. No, Zoom.
It's okay.
I can hear you better now, by the way. The rain's eased a bit.
Good to hear.
It was really coming down before. Buka didn't gamble without knowing how to trade, and I analyzed perfectly, finding a pattern and made 2K. Nice one. A lot of that could be beginner's luck. I have that, and then I blew it 2 days later. So just be careful. I wish you, I wish you luck, and hopefully it can be something that you make a habit moving forward. Redman, shorts on gold. No, I took partials on a long. Now waiting for a potential long setup again. Maybe a short from below, but there is not a great deal of margin. A little bit concerned by the fact we are honing on 4 hour support. Big Emmy buy or sell. Preferring buys from the current level. Uzi PO3. Yep, that's one for that. Email, yes, they do. I'll type in the chat just in case it triggers a ban. And I've got no affiliation. We cannot be IB brokers under ASIC regulations. Or IC markets don't offer it. Not for Australian residents. Dr. Oss, appreciate the stickers, mate. Thank you. Buka Buka. Type it once more. Dylan just needs to breeze past level so it can melt to 3360. Yeah, it's got this strong level though. It has to drop below 3367 in my opinion, and then yes, I do believe 3360 is incoming. Buka Buka. Actually on YouTube, TikTok, sorry, it's TikTok Studio. YouTube I use Streamlabs. DaVinci, yeah, predominantly in 15. Pool, Mendu, g'day to you, new on your live. Nice to have you in the chat. Alright, so let's just see what's going to eventuate this current level. I've already taken a small win on gold and we're just chilling and seeing what presents. Yep. Lean, sorry, or fun. But it's been taken. Yes, that looks like we have broken in the Asian session low. Just. That's what I wanted to see. Let's see if we remain back above it. Let's see if we have some sort of 5-minute catalyst. So we'll wait. Obviously, we want to wait for the closure of this M15 before there could be any potential options. We may need to wait a little bit longer though. So what I'd like to see, what I would preference just now is maybe something like this present. So if this 5 minutes closes like so, and then perhaps followed by maybe this, and then this to close the M15. Close the M15 back bullish. Got a little bit of structure within the 5-minute time frame at that point. Now just make a low wick as the new M15 breaks the high of our catalyst M15 after sweeping the lows of the day. That could be enough to look for a second chance on a buy or another buy, second buy option. Pinaz, thank you for the sticker as well. Hope you well, appreciate it. Buka Buka, yeah, I'm also live on YouTube. User, are we in buy? Not a minute. Buka Buka, yeah, it's a better view on YouTube. Yep, full screen. Hands in. Feeling the gym off late. Alright, let's quickly have a look through the chart. So GJ, as I mentioned, forget it. It's just trash at the minute. Let's look at EA. Also, just consolidating, nothing at all. Absolutely no volume whatsoever within the current daily candle. Yeah, EA's ordinary, GA, very similar. Back to the majors now, GU, EU, GU rejecting, not quite tapping into the RC candle. Yeah, GU's likely going to be a wait and see, maybe below low Low support. EU probably the same as I mentioned. That support, I wouldn't want to trade into it. AU also pulling back, and it's that support. Nothing's into clean traffic, to be honest, at the minute, but it looks at things. Euro CAD at support, otherwise looks good for continuation to the downside after the pullback sells. Otherwise buys above that resistance. EJ, bit of a mess, needs to now form support. It is that strong support just here, so it needs to form support, create some structure, flip the daily back bullish, then you're likely going to retest the daily high. UJ, not worried. BTC, yeah, in my opinion, it's still very bullish because just the high time frame picture, extremely bullish. Like I've mentioned on gold, not everything can trend bullish forever without exhaustion, without consolidation. Consolidation is a build up of liquidity within the market in order for it to make another move. But BTC upside or downside remains to be seen. But at this stage, I'm still very bullish in my opinion on the high time frame here on BTC. Daily structure is actually bearish. It's flipped back bearish, but it's at some solid support. But again, the weekly overrides the daily. I mean, for me on a daily, really needs to start to pop below. You mentioned a while back 105, and then I'd be more concerned of a deeper correction back below the 100k level. Wow, it's definitely bearish, but it's approaching again some support. So the bias technically is bearish, but the high time frame is bullish. So you could look for a limit order bias. You are trying to accumulate it. German 40 currently pulling back. Don't see much on that as well. We would have had to be in a trade by now. It is eventually closing below support though. Hell of a move though already. Alright, gold. So first tick, we need a bearish candle here. On the M5. Those legends are not just yet, mate. Not for me. JB Swazzle. Bro, you're so good, damn, before I would have entered buy from that reaction. I just do what I do. I don't claim to be the best trader out there, but I'm the best version of the trader I can be, basically. That's the truth. I'm consistent. I'm disciplined. But I'm human, so I still make the occasional mistake. Okay. One. Yeah, so I stick to my plan. Yeah, Yana, box. I mean, gold, XAUUSD. Ben, yeah, quickly just had a look at it. Alright, let me do proper top down. Seeing you asked. So, finally. Alright, so mess. The weekly's a mess. The current weekly is forming quite strong bullish. I'd probably reference that now as opposed to the previous. So I'd be looking at potential levels within it for pullbacks. Those levels will provide entry options to the upside. However, if those levels fail, prices to begin to pop and drop below, retest and pull away from it, they could also provide entry options to the downside. Daily, an absolute shit fight. That is horrible. Like I mentioned before on GJ, exact same thing. I would look at that and think, forget about next pair. But seeing you asked, we do have the high low, higher high. It is forming bullish, but the previous daily was bearish. We are just barcoding, no clear direction whatsoever. The 4-hour structure is bearish as well. just closed above some resistance. So no, actually, hold on. Won't bother with that just yet. I'll mark it in on the minor time frame here. Just bearish in structure, 30-minute. That's just recently. Oh, actually, no, it's not. The way I see it, this is all trend within the trend. So the structure is bearish off the back of this impulse to the downside. So until we close above that point there, we're technically bearish. We've not confirmed a lower low, and we've obviously not closed above that high point. So you might want to trade the trend within the trend, if that makes sense. So I'd be looking for buys above the resistance. You do have clean traffic to the left. There's a good chance it might not necessarily make a complete fill to the upside, but again, just off the back of the way the current daily, the way the current weekly is forming, this potentially is to pull back to grab some more orders that were left behind in order to pop back above, sweep the Asian session highs, trigger in some sellers, trap those sellers, look for continuation buys. Aside from that, buys from lower down, and I definitely would consider selling it if it did pop up. You just got to look to see where the most recent support would be, or if you have a catalyst such as an engulfing candle. Otherwise, if it does perform support here, your entry point may be back below this level here to the downside. That is my personal opinion of UJ, but let's keep an eye here on gold. Would there possibly be some buy options? Do have some 5-minute resistance. 15 looks quite clean. Alright, so I'm not seeing anything until we have a confirmation. For this rate, I might be looking for a buy back above the high of this M15. Tristan time frame is bullish because of news that dropped dollar, but it has to retest lower zones. Yeah, I'm not concerned by that, to be honest. I'm just trading what I see in front of me at current time of day. Tato, doing alright. I'm looking for maybe further buys, where he took a small win on buys, looking for maybe another entry. Personally 2-0 for today, so hello, gold going for a sell. No, I'm looking for potential buys. Kristen, did you watch the speeches? No. US 30 today, Tony. Keep charting it. I want to just focus on gold for the time being, guys, for the minute. How's that corner? 77. What time does Asia close? And I think that's 7 PM. Buka, nice one. You made it across. Oh, nice one. And side, you can see full screen. Nice one. Alpina, g'day, brother. Hope you're well. Yeah, keep in touch. Maybe possibly next week, mate. I can come down. Alright, so guys, if you just joined, we're looking at some potential buys on gold here based off the 15. First thing, we need the confirmation, we need the closure. Second thing, we need to see this candle leaving an upper wick. Third, we need the new candle to create a lower wick. Now, may consider a slightly early entry, but that is fraught with danger. Last week, I think I took a loss off the back of that on stream. So the best option would be to take it, to begin to break the high, to be honest. Book, I'll type it into the YouTube chat for you if you can see it better. Seeing you are in the YouTube stream at the moment as well. So I want to die in the last last few seconds, and this is not what we want to see. Yeah, no entry, guys. That's not strong enough confirmation. And we've tapped in, we've already tapped into it though. Yeah, no way is that strong enough confirmation. It's just a waiting game again. Sorry, mate?
Same on GU.
GU?
Same on GU. Yeah, so slightly stop going below the support.
Yep.
It was pushing very hard, and I was assuming maybe a little bit more, and then I was willing maybe to take a sell. Okay.
Yeah, I think you just need to be just a little bit further down.
Yeah, I'm more focusing on the M30 time
Yep.
frame. Yeah, and you see.
Yeah, perhaps
very close
below the bodies there.
Correct.
An upper wick, and then you got a valid entry. No, I agree.
Also, EU was also pushing down.
Yeah, mages.
Maybe.
Just don't like the level, to be honest.
Yeah.
You're into a pretty solid area of traffic here on the 4 hour as well. Just a little man. 2 little men.
So better today a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, didn't sleep last night though again, but
Okay.
much better. Taking his medicine. Probably back at school tomorrow.
Oh, very soon.
Yeah, back to hopefully some sleep as well. I don't think anyone here slept last night. Pretty all good. M, not how much the market's really moving. Short, not long term. All stocks trade cryptos. I remember you when I'm 16. May God bless you. Family, eternity. I might be active here. Nice one, brother. More than welcome. Use are we in buy on gold? No, I didn't quite get the confirmation I was wanting. Really, I wanted us to close bullish in golfing. I did mention it earlier when I was doing it. So we had the first 2 parts of the plan ticked off. Just we didn't have that last little detail that we needed to see, and this was for this candle's close bullish in golfing. Close the M15 strong bullish. To the back of that, I'm not willing to trade into that wick. I just need to wait for it to reset, and what now I probably need to see is maybe a 15 strong bullish, weak bearish scenario. And off the back of that, I may have an option, so it might look something like so. And it's good to see a lot of you have been paying attention to when I do give away sort of information, because I get some messages from some of you saying, because of you I just passed my prop challenge, because of you I'm now starting to see some consistency, because of you I'm not losing all the time now, I'm more patient. So if this type of scenario presents on the 15-minute time frame, I'm going to close the hourly candle as well. Let's quickly look at the hourly time frame just to see that will mean that closes bullish as well. Not quite actually, but we'll close very weak bearish from long low wick. 30 is going to close bullish as well, strong bullish, and within it we'll have a bit of a price action catalyst on the 15-minute time frame. So therefore, on the new M30, the new H1, prices to create lower wick and begin to break above the minor resistance formed at the support. That would be enough for me to contemplate and look for a buy option, sorry. Let's try to push this now. So again, it's just game of probabilities, guys. Back of the way the previous count closed, I didn't quite have the right confirmation points, so not jumping into a trade, I'm just chilling. Kruger and Finny Lin Agala. We sell, not for me. Stacks 0352. Are we buying or sell gold? Preferring to buy from the current level. Beats in 3400. Maybe, possibly. Could be the only real extreme I've seen give me out shit like that. Thank you, mate. Yeah, look, It's not an easy game. Cop it. I cop it every stream. It is what it is. Put yourselves out there. At the end of the day, I think people should appreciate it because it's just it's a niche community. You know, we should all want everyone to be profitable, even if we disagree on direction. And even though we have different opinions on how to trade, you know, we should all just want each other to be profitable. Uzi, US oil, I will look at it for you. 10% in buy from 33.75, STP 81. Alright, at least you got a plan. Alright, US oil. Yeah, not a favorite of mine to trade, to chart. It's not great for God knows how long. Probably about 6-7 years. Weekly, so the current weekly is flipped. Well, it's flipped and it's forming now quite strong bearish, but it still has the high, low, high, high to that previous weekly candle. Daily candle probabilities at the downside. So at the back of that would be more in preference look for sells. However, seeing we do have a lower high, lower low, there is not much of a need for us to pop back up and break the higher of the current daily candle. If we do so, perhaps we just grab a little bit more liquidity in order to push bullish. We're also going to mark in the low of the day, see what we've got below that point. OIR structurally is bearish. Yep, it's recently confirmed bearish structure. Bit of a mess. This level seems to be pretty solid. Went up to it multiple times, which was previous support, so I marked that in as grey. So downside, we've got that level there. So you're likely looking for continuation sells below low. Is it clean though? Relatively clean. It's cleaner a little bit lower down. Let me do this properly here. Alright, so you want to be, in my opinion, just a bit below that daily low. Below support here at 62.85. Below that point there, you got very clean traffic down, and there's a high probability it's coming back down to 62.60, so it'd be enough to look for scalping that. Otherwise, I mean, 15-minute structures bearish. I would preference the sells for sure on USL. So I'd be, you know, the other thing I'd be waiting for is a potential pullback towards resistance and look for an opportunity to take self the back of that. I don't see much else. Specialty upside, it's just a mess within the current area. It's just consolidating. It's going to be difficult to buy back up because it could just reject and head back down. So I would simply preference the sells. All right, gold. So like I mentioned now, 15 strong bullish, weak bearish. That's the scenario. Time to take another trade. 2-0 for today, 1-0 on the stream. So let's just patiently wait. Humble, I'm in buys. I was in 2 buys. Secured on both positions and runners. We stopped out. Elon, once it gets there, we buy, right? Not sure what you mean by there. Where is that? And generally speaking, no, it doesn't mean you just buy it. Chuck, variation session end on which candle? Can you please? Still technically open. So it's open until 4 PM my time here. It's still technically open, but I adjust the parameters of the Asian session range indicator here to Tokyo Open. Oh, just fell back to the Euro Open. Come on, let me. Oh, I think it's my head too. Gotta say that. There's the other little man. Unknown KSC, what time guys aiming for? Sorry, what are you guys aiming for? 84.9. I'm just waiting to see if I get another valid entry. Redman? No, nothing scheduled today. Tomorrow is when it starts to impact all. Chuck London Open? Yes, was 39 minutes ago. Stacks are in a buy also. Rico chat, more to you. After that, let me have a look. Let me just put this normal through. Go, finding brother. Overall trend bullish, but lower time frame show bearish momentum. Okay. So yeah, still not convinced by itself below. I do see it, but it's very close to the flat support. I don't feel like we're gonna have the margin to do so. To sell it, to be honest. Buys above, yeah, buys above look good. But I would consider also selling it from that level. From the resistance again. Did in fact pop up only to reject. Hey man, GU opinion. So we had a look at it before, bearish on GU. It's at support. However, it's what the Asian session low is popping back above. That's normally a good suggestion that could continue back further within the range for potential buy options.
Yeah, that's correct. We are talking about an H4 support there. Just
Yep. Yeah, true. Yeah, that should be great. What's your plan? Wait for the M30 or?
Yeah, maybe. So I was very looking for sells there, and
yeah,
it made the move at the end to the downside, to 5 to 6 pips there. But maybe I don't know. It's depending how the candles are forming at the end. But it should be some engulfing candle. So I cannot be only one bullish candle there. And
yeah, maybe like a.
Afterwards.
Maybe like a 30-minute bullish, 15-minute engulfing.
Yeah.
That sort of scenario.
It's very strong candle
yeah.
at the end.
No, all good, mate. All good. Anytime. Good kid. Thank you for the sticker, by the way. Buka house is on point so far, but we'll see. Still don't have the right confirmation. Unknown KSC. What breed? My bad. Using. Good. Yeah, it's all good. He's actually a Chihuahua. Got 2 Pomeranians outside. Go to be out. They're more outdoor dogs. Definitely an indoor dog, this one. He's the smartest. Like, he's a character. Thank you for the sticker as well. Unfortunately, I can't. Is that Korean or? To be honest, I can't distinguish between Korean, Chinese, or Japanese, so apologies. Atari, what prop? I don't use prop firm. Had shocking experience with one. Still gutted by it. Not yet convinced to jump back in. $192 of you on stream on TikTok. If you could just smash that screen for us. Let's get the followers up to 100. Nearly there. YouTube, the numbers are a bit disappointing, but I do appreciate those who are here regularly. Gold making a move just now. Oh, that was maybe it. Still wouldn't take it because no lower wick. Still not written off, guys. So we still could get the opportunity here. We just need now. This cow's about to close. Tick 1, very strong bullish. Tick 2, we need a weak bearish candle. Preferably leaving a bit of a lower wick, a decent lower wick, rejecting, leans close back up, weak bearish near its highs. Off the back of that, that would provide me a price action catalyst to look for it by on the open of the new H1. Will H1 close bullish? And that may even still close bullish. Great man, maybe in 15 minutes, 14.5 minutes, we'll see. Likely not, in the way it's pushed. Sorry, mate?
Yeah, sorry. What I've observed, Justin, is on gold, I don't know, since more than 1 week, we are only in a range when we are trading in London session.
Yeah.
So it's so difficult.
Yeah, that's why it's good to gather data as well. Like yesterday, it's with that screenshot. This was similar, but not quite. Yesterday, this was a bearish candle, if you remember. Swept below. It was a weak bearish candle, closed back above. Then once we broke that particular candle's high, it pushed bullish and retested the highs. I don't consider this one to be the same, to be honest. That to me is a very weak support. Still worth, I suppose it's still worth screenshotting it though. You know what, I'm going to do it and add to the basket because it's still essentially the same thing. It swept below, popped back above. And this is what you do. So within your training, if you don't quite get the entry you wanted, journal it. So, but one from yesterday, let me pull that up quickly. Not there.
And that's the thing with these ones too, Justin, is the ones that I've been working on, if the price action's within a range and it sweeps the Asian low, it's got a high probability that it's going in the other direction. If it's trending either direction, then it's not. But definitely in the ranges, these seem to work quite well.
Does, definitely does, to be honest. I mean, this was yesterday.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see it. Like yesterday, it didn't sweep the low of the day, but we swept some support. Here, we swept the actual low of the day. So to me, it still counts as a bit of a liquidity sweep. So I'm going to label it same thing: potential impulse liquidity sweep entry. And as you know, you guys know, it's just a good way, not limit. It's a good way to level up. Just pick up on what happens on the live charts, gather data, screenshot it, record it, and you can potentially act off the back of it moving forward. Impulse entry. We mentioned impulse. All right. Potential impulse liquidity sweep entry. So I'm still learning. I always learn. I mean, everyone always learns. Another day on the charts is another opportunity to learn. I've just had 4.8 years of experience, so but the charts are never the same. We always adapt. We've added new entries. Not doing this. Two.
The entry I'm waiting for now on the gold is really the setup on the 5 minute with the W forming. Above that pivot.
The 5 had no low wick. That's why I personally wouldn't bother taking it.
Yeah.
Alright, so again, this will be added. It's just the way to level up, guys. This is what you need to be doing. Again, I've mentioned many times, the guys and I have been working on that's it. Been working on something to start training. Well, I've already started training it, to be honest. But in order to gather the data to back it up, and I'm so impressed by the data we've gathered that I've actually started taking very small positions on it. So this type of shit you need to do if you really want to level up. It's not, honestly, it's a grind. Training is a real grind, and it takes time. It takes discipline, patience. Benny Chamberlain, hope you're well, brother. What's been going on? Yeah, Lunar Man's good, mate. He was sick the last few days, but he's back up and fit and firing. Looks it. But I hope you're well, brother. Yeah, catch up for a chat at some point. Broker markets, yeah, been a bit choppy. Bruce interest 33.75. Buka just depends. Everyone has different curves, cycles, experiences. Took me a couple of years, to be honest. Ben, how long? Probably till I gotta be back by like October, mid-October, basically. Off hunting currently. Okay, interesting. Hope all is well otherwise, but yeah, let us know when you might have some time. Oh, it's close to TP, nice one. XAUUSD, yeah. Move, so eventually making a move that we're looking for, but just missing one confirmation. Pnat, do you mind explaining again on why above the M15 candle is always valid on this? I'm not saying it's valid just there. I didn't take it because I wanted to close strong or bullish, but just something we've been noticing happens regularly. So when price sweeps the low of the Asian session or the high, and then pulls back into it, and then you're back above it, for instance, support or something, and then generally speaking, the next candle breaks the high of that catalyst candle, it tends to make the move back up or back in the opposite direction. It did the exact same thing yesterday, but this candle was actually bearish. Actually, yesterday it didn't sweep the Asian session lows, it just swept the support. But similar scenario. So the back of that, I've been journaling, screenshotting, and yeah, potentially be able to utilize moving forward. Do you think it's going to 30, 70, 112? No idea, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, so gold is just up and down at the minute, but all good, been a good day.
First one you caught just says that off that RC candle was pretty good, mate. That's for sure.
The multi-timeframe or the daily?
The daily. Did you say you took the?
Yeah, daily. Yeah, I took partials I was at and went to break even. So normally I wouldn't, to be honest. Moving forward, I'm not going to keep it open longer. Okay. Yeah, so it got taken out. But saw it earlier today. Set the order, went to gym, came back, saw it being triggered in.
Yeah.
Quite happy with what I saw return wise, and decided to close some partials, moved to break even, got taken out recently, and the other one, but up for today, and yeah, it's been a good day. LO87, got your sell trade there, got my stop loss. That's, yeah, you say to that, to be honest, mate, it's must have stop loss. Risk goal is bearish today. Yeah, I can see potential sell side pressure if it does reject 3382, 3383, that sort of region. I'll be on my team again later for pre-MI and potentially into the open. Harder in gold trade, where shall I put your TP? Depends what your plan is. I mean, for me, I put a TP because you're at resistance, and it is quite bearish within the current daily candle. If minor time frame structure is bearish, the other time frames, in my opinion, are bullish. My bias is bullish, but with the minor time frame being bearish, that being the M15, and the formation of the current daily being strong bearish, I would not be against sells at all. So I will not be greedy with the buys, and unless you're swing trading or holding it, you know, you've got a wider stop, wider target, that type of thing, I'd be, yeah, I would have wrapped up some profit for sure. That's just me personally. No, all good, no worries. But not much going on, guys, at the minute. Just up and down. At least it's moving a little bit cleaner than what it has been, to be honest. Okay, still a mess.
Yeah, the goals definitely, even if it's playing these ranges, but at least they're clean ranges.
Yeah, it's
They're not messy. They're not like wiki everywhere. At least they're going from zone to zone.
yeah, that's a good thing. It's actually putting some clean chaos, so it makes it easier to trade. Well, not necessarily easier, but the move's more probable within the current range.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely liking what I'm seeing, because could provide some options for
Yeah,
in my.
a bit more messier than what it is today. But,
Yep.
There's still a couple of moves that I found in there. Just going back, well, one of them I went back and had a look, and the other one I played yesterday and got a small little win. But
Yep.
there was only two that I could see that I could get into. The others were just like, unless you're doing something magical by just putting your price at a level.
Yep.
Hoping.
Look at that.
So maybe I'm willing to take a buy on G. So closing strong.
Yep. Yeah, that's the plan. That was the plan before, wasn't it? Bullish engulfing M15, strong bullish 30. Yep, I like it.
Was it? Okay.
Sweat. Yep, I'll weaken. Sweat the Asian session low as well. Yeah, this looks good. Gee, it looks really good. We're watching a chart while watching this. We all are. Yep, that's pretty much how I used to do it. To be honest, when I used to watch before I started stream. Carpo, first gold trade I've taken this week, 3-0 on as so far. Nice one. Trade delicious. Back from time. No. Still here for a while. I bet pretty grab, but in this case we need more. Well, generally speaking, I prefer to do what GU's just done. So broken the low of the day, Asian session lows, pop back above, and then you got the bullish engulfing. But why I'm screenshotting it, and what I'm seeing happen more lately, especially on gold, is that once it breaks that candle's high, that sweat the liquidity from the downside, this candle tends to make the move. That's on gold. GU, the volume's not quite as strong, or the momentum. But generally speaking, that's what I'm talking about.
It's the same thing with GJ, because if you're trading GJ, that's what tends to happen. It doesn't give you that pullback. It just
takes out liquidity and then back up or down it goes. Yeah. Buka. It's actually there, kind of like, yeah, it's a good way to go about it. Just follow along, watch the stream, and then watch your chart as well. Just seen. Am I entering on G? No, I don't trade G. Franco's looking for a buy.
Be nice if it gets back to the top of that wick on the GU.
GU.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Nice.
Sorry, what was your question?
No, I thought it'd be nice if it gets back to the top of that wick on that
Up here.
Broke the low and then finished above. If the wick kind of touches each other, that'll be a bloody great move. Maybe I was looking at the wrong chart. There is a big possibility that too.
I'm waiting right now on the break of the bullish candle high.
Yeah.
So, and hope it will not go deeper down. But because it's a nice candle to the downside right now, nice wick. But I hope it will not be more. Otherwise, it would not be a good candle at the end for me.
Nah, but if it, I'll tell you what, if it sweeps that though, then it's done the opposite to the HSS sweep, and this is what we've talked about as well, where price will break the low and it goes back above, and then we once again attack the low, and that is a very high probability sell option. If that's the case. If this closes strong bearish back in low, I would most definitely, if I trade you, you'd be interested in selling it as well.
Yeah, because I was looking at the GU, must be the 15. Was it the 15? Yeah, it was the 15. Where it's got the, 15, where it's got the wick that's gone below. And I thought if it does actually stop and turn around from that point, and then you break the top of the green, that's going to be a pretty good entry.
Oh yeah, 100%. For sure. Still looks really good, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. It does. As long as it doesn't break the low, as you just said, and then you might be in a bit of a situation.
Yeah. If this closes, for instance, bearish engulfing, I'd be all about sells.
Yeah, same. I think I'd be in the same situation as if I was trading that pair. But this is where I'd love it to start going in the other direction for Franco to get an entry in. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm willing also to take some sales because, as I mentioned before, I'm very bearish on GU today, and as Justin mentioned, so if we go down here, I'm willing to take sales, and which is more my preferred direction today for GU.
Yep. Sten Z. Personally, gold. But we're looking at GU. Personally, I trade gold. Sell Amanda. Sorry, mate.
I said gold can just keep on going up, please.
Can do whatever it likes, so just, yeah, don't have it. Oh, I just don't have another entry at the minute. Are you in a buy, eh?
Yeah, I'm in a buy on the bottom from a 5-minute candle, but it can keep on moving up now.
Is this the one you were talking about?
Yeah, I took it.
Yeah.
My actual candle looks a bit different to yours.
Yeah, see, if that had a low wick, then that probably is valid for me.
Yeah, mine had a wick on the 5. Yeah, on the 5. It had a decent wick as well. It wasn't just
because depending on, yeah, some of the brokers would have a wick, but here, I don't think I have an IC as well. No, IC is definitely not a wick.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd give it a crack because it's also set up that W pattern.
Yeah.
Now that it's broken the top, I just want to see it keep moving.
Yeah, well, for me, I need to look for some rejection if I was to see this one moving forward, but it's no rush. We're already 2-0 for today, so.
Oh, that's it, mate. You're in the good seat. You're in the hot seat. The good seat, should I say?
Thank you, my friend. Game of Wisdom, good day to you. What's GU doing? Oh, just tell you what, sellers. I don't know about you, Franco, but if you remove the order?
I'm doing this as a market order, so.
Oh, okay. Because I would, if I had buy stop, I would remove it. I wait to see how this. If this closes weak bearish, I put the buy stop straight back in. But if it closes bearish engulfing, I'd sell stop it.
Correct. Yeah, for me, as I mentioned before, this is too much to the downside. This, if we are leaving a wick. So if we would have right now, then after a bearish candle there, a weak bearish candle, yeah, then maybe good for buys again. But I'm hoping really to see some sells.
Yep, I don't blame you. The bias is bearish, so. Gold continues to push, but the issue is it's at a zone of liquidity, so. Again, the plan correct. Just not quite the right confirmation for me. It's all good.
It's also how you protect your profits too, mate. Like, you don't have to. If you know exactly what you're looking for, and you've already had a couple of wins, then there's no reason to push it as well. So.
Well, the good thing is too. Yesterday, the trade that I took not long after the stream, because of the way I managed it, it was a loss, but by far and away, I'm well up for the week because first win today was more than 30 pips in the end. Secured, I decided to secure 80%, so that in itself more than covered that position, and then secured some partials on, a small return earlier. Yeah. So again, if you can keep the losses small, the initial stop loss was 35, I think, yesterday. So kind of by almost 2/3.
that's the thing. Like people should realize that there's two ways to win in this market. It's one is make sure that you have good setups and you wait for what your rules tell you to do. And two is when you do enter, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to reduce your risk as price is going against you towards your stop loss anyway.
Correct. There should be ways managing it. There's sometimes it's a little more difficult, like the interruption plays.
Yeah, definitely. Because you're not at the screen, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're playing for that interruption play off a spot, you're taking the risk, and a lot of the times you might be only putting half your risk that you normally do, or depends if you're really confident at it or not.
Yep.
With me, I'm not confident at it, so I only put half risks on those plays anyway. But for me, I'm not usually at the screen when they take off and they start, so
yeah,
it's hard to manage.
It's true. It can be very hard.
Today, yeah, go for it.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So this is kind of FOMO trades coming out right now, Justin.
Yep. Wait.
Before.
Yeah, before. So you would have probably just bought it and got stopped out. Now just sold it because it broke low. It's pretty strong bearish. Would you consider a limit order or just market execute as it creates an upward tapping into a bullish low?
No, I don't trust M50 right now, so
yep.
That's the point, and it's
all right. Would you trade it though off the back of the M15 for closes like this?
No, the issue what I have right now is that I have no upper wick on that candle.
So you're concerned that 30 could still pull back up and...
Correct.
Alright, so your plan is to wait for maybe another 15 minutes, yeah?
At least, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so to be more on the safe side at the end.
Harder Projo 5. Going along, I think it's a good idea. It is to be on gold. But if that's what you're talking about, I'm not sure if you're talking about gold or... SAD, you're short, 79 to 80. Yeah, you gotta have a plan. That's, manage your trade, you should have a stop loss. Tony Da Vinci, I don't disclose that sort of information. It's not huge, but it's enough to see some decent returns. It's also enough to see some decent losses, but I don't manage it. I'm not a wholesale trader though, so I don't trade like chunky lots. Most of our trade is like 8 lots. Buka gold going up. Currently rejecting. Just up, down. There is no support though, so there's still no catalyst in this rate. It's just going up, down. I don't have the confirmation.
Yeah, trailed mine right up to just over 1-to-1 from the trade. So if it stops me out, at least this you can actually manage. But
yeah,
if I'm away from the screens with the ICs, I think I panic more with those these days. The colour I've taken anyway. I'm always trying to check to see what the market's doing if I'm away. So it's weird.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, well, at least these ones when I'm at the screen, I can just enter, wait for it to get into a bit of profit, bring it to break even, and then just trail it up a little bit, see where it goes.
Yeah, see, to me, this is not necessarily a liquidity sweep like this one.
Yeah.
It's not breaking any range highs. It's not breaking the Asian session high or anything.
Yeah.
I can see a potential sell, but very impulsive. Don't have any 5-minute support that's breaking.
Yeah.
So I'm personally not going to buy it. But you guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to spend a little bit of time for Little Man before I jump on again with the members later on. Yeah, but otherwise, well done today, guys. For those who took buy along with us, took a small win on that. Seems like some of you have had a really good day. So the others, just chill, guys. Just chill. have a plan, trade your plan, trade some rules. Don't do anything stupid. Don't get FOMO. Don't jump straight back in if you've taken a loss. And follow some rules. You'll be much better off moving forward. I will be back tomorrow. Bye guys, I will be back with you in a couple hours from now. Keep us posted if you are taking any trades. And yeah, I'll chat to you guys shortly. YouTube, thank you for your support. It's my team. I'll end the call just now. Take care, guys.
See you later.
See you guys. And TikTok, YouTube, you guys go well. Have a good one. I will catch you all once again tomorrow. Till then, Tuesday. Bye, guys.